each and every one of you. I welcome you all. Thank you for joining us from all the corners of the world. I am Gauri Agarwal, your host for today, and we have Palak Jain and Rachna Kanani, which are helping me to co-host this event. So, are you excited for this month's EcoChamp session? Any guesses? What are we going to learn today? Any remembrance of what we did last month? So, last month we touched upon a topic on waste segregation, and our EcoKaki guided us with PB steps on how to refuse and reduce our waste, right? Today, we are talking about bioenzymes and household cleaning agents, as we've already learned how to segregate our kitchen waste last month, right? But what if we could use our kitchen waste to create something useful for us and even the environment? So here, to start the session, we are introducing you to Anjali Tajani, who will share with us more about our topic for today. She is a mother of 6-year-old boy and presently a homemaker. She makes presentations and volunteers for SHARAN. Anjali suffered from piles in 2014 and reversed the same with SHARAN's whole food plant-based lifestyle. She has extended her interest in natural, homemade, personal and home care products. So I would like to call Anjali to share more with us.
Hi, hi Palak.
Anjali, can you please switch on your video?
I'm not able to. I need permission.
Okay.
Anjali, now you can.
No, you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Can you do it now?
It's SHARAN Anjali Tajani. If you're noticing, I've logged in from yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. Hello everyone. Today we are going to touch upon home care products. So before I start anything, let me show you my presentation. I'll just share the screen with you guys. Oh, sorry, Gauri, can you help me with the shared screen sharing is also disabled.
Okay, now you can.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, just a moment, please.
Yes.
So let me start with this. We are using home care products on a daily basis. Okay. Do you think we need to ask ourselves that do these cleaning products or home care products have any chemicals in this? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think in these products we have chemicals in this? And do you think these chemicals can cause any harmful effects to our body? So we'll explore this as we go on. We'll see how this, which are daily basis, our home care products can affect or impact our human health and even our ecosystem. Let's explore this. You know, our skin is the largest organ in our body, and anything comes into direct contact with the skin, it can absorb within 26 seconds. And how we feed our body? We feed our body through the direct contact or through food ingestion, which is very normal, food or water, and through inhalations. That's how we feed our body. So how can personal and home care products come in our contact? So when you are washing any utensils, you have dishwasher, or you are touching any detergents while putting your clothes for laundry, so there is a direct contact, and within 26 seconds some of its residue, some of its things can touch even your hand sanitizer or anything. It can be absorbed by the skin. Okay. Suppose now you are in a room where you have fragrance or air fresheners or or you're applying perfumes, or any kind of mosquito repellent which we have. So that is inhaled by us. So what happens when we inhale, these chemicals are absorbed by our lungs directly in the bloodstreams. So this is how this also we are feeding our body. Even some kind of residue in your, say, in dishwashing, while some residue is there, or while I have sanitized my hand, or I have used a hand wash, and then I have touched my food or drink, those residues also is fed by ingestions. So these are the some forms of where you can ingest your home care products. So what happens when this kind of home care products is in use? So is there any toxicity? So toxicity is there. We can see there are today neurodevelopment disorders in children as well as in adults. It can be from ranging from autism, ADHD, OCD behavior, or some memory loss or cognitive functions. Even it is also a bit known for endocrine disruptors. Endocrine disruptors could be thyroid or could be any other lifestyle diseases. It can also cause you headache, migraines, ADHD. It is also known as cancer or carcinogenic known for cancer causing substances. So these are some of the health issues we are facing. Now, what about animals? You can see this. We think that animals are just tested with the final products in the cleaning agents, but that's not true. The chemicals are individually tested on these animals to an extent that it may cause them, either in their eyes, or they are feeded or feeded, or they are made to inhale those chemicals just to see what is the reaction in their body. So it can cause them blindness, it can cause cloudiness, it can cause discharge, the animal suffers. And rabbits are the most used animal because it's of its docile nature. And in the end, what they do, when you don't want to treat these animals because you have just caused it, they are born in abundance, so you just kill them. So this is a kind of animal cruelty is there with, when you are experimenting for this kind of new products for cleaning as in cleaning agents. Now the PETA has shown this kind of available in the market, which are vegan, which are cruelty free detergents. And I really plead people that please go vegan, please, because you are being cruelty free to these animals for no point, because nature has designed us to live and enjoy life and not being experimented for something for some other use. Now you can see this picture. Now what it is salt crystals with plastics in it. Now what is this plastic doing with salt? Now what happens is when we are using these cleaning products, we have this lot of plastic bottles, plastic bags, and many other plastic things. And what we do, we just dump into our dustbins and we have cleaned our house. But what is happening is this is ultimately going into wastage and into when the wastage is too much, it may not be recycled, so it is dumped in the sea. Finally in the sea we are getting salt from it, so sea also returns us this plastic in a microform. So this research has been conducted by IIT Bombay 2018, where it shows an average person has 5 grams of salt per day, and he's consuming, at least Indians are consuming 117 micrograms of plastic annually with this salt. So you can imagine, even if we say that plastics are bad, this, that, it's only on the PET bottles or you're just using it to just carry things, but in the end you are also consuming, or you are part of that ecosystem. So where these toxins come from and where do they go? Toxicants are from big factories, and toxins are from the nature. Like the snake here, you see it can create toxin in your body, but toxicants are from the factories which are producing chemicals, and chemicals can come in your home care products. I'm emphasizing here only home care products because we are just dealing with the subject right now. Now, these are some people who have been, volunteered for, from by the Environmental Defense Fund, and they volunteered. They were given some novel wristband, which only designed to detect chemicals around them or in the environment. So they all registered around 16 to 25 toxic chemicals, which are actually banned in certain countries. One of the toxic substance I can tell about PCB. PCB is nothing but polychlorine biphenyl, which has been banned since 1970s in Europe and US. We are still in the phase of banning it completely. By 2025, we are supposed to ban it. Okay, and which is very toxic to the environment, and it is everywhere without our realization. So how many toxins we can come into contact, and how do they enter into our system? It comes through food. Now, plastic bottles or plastic containers, they contain phtalates, which is a hormonal disruptor. Okay, it also linked to cancer. It also has BPA. Now we look for BPA free articles in US, which is specified in their product. In India, I don't see BPA free products mentioned, unless it's imported from US or some other country. Otherwise, most of them are with BPA, we don't know, and they cause early puberty, infertility in many of the females. So then another factor is preservatives, which are mostly available in the fruit products, mostly the parabens, which are again linked to breast cancer. BTA is again reproductivity and cancer. I'm going to run through faster because I'm trying to show you the chemical and what it is linked with it. This is a pesticide used on crops or their lice treatment or, flea treatment on pets, which is again linked to psychological and behavioral issues. It is linked to cancer, allergens and asthma. It also pesticides put on the crops is also linked to autism, attention difficulties, problems with working memory, increase in odds to tremors or seizures, which we call it. So that's why we SHARAN here in SHARAN we emphasize on buy organic food as far as possible. Otherwise, there are neurodevelopment issues not only at the time of pregnancy, also after that. And it has increased in India significantly. Now, home products. In home products, we have this. I'll begin with hand sanitizer, which was very prominent in COVID days and till date. And we don't know. We just know we are buying hand sanitizer, but what is it in? We don't know. So there are also endocrine disruptions on cancer. There are undisclosed fragrances, which also causes development and reproductive harm. Then there are hand soaps, which are also again having parabens. Then cleaning products, which are talking about dishwasher, detergents, or general cleaning purposes. So there is dioxin, which is linked to cancer, glycoside, which is again an hormonal disruptor. It is also having ammonium compounds, which is can cause skin, eye, respiratory irritations, also allergens like asthma, sanitization. So many other and development disorders, which I'm talking about. Then in dry cleaning, there is again reproductive issues. Okay. Candles, it not only causes indoor air pollution, it also has non-biodegradable toxic substances. Again, fragrance causing developmental and reproductive harm. Air fresheners also include the similar thing, and also a toluene called chemical, which is again is a developmental disorder. So these are some of the products which are in day-to-day use and how they're affecting us. So what is the length of exposure? Now there are two types of length of exposure. One is short-term exposure, which is acute, which immediate. And there's a long-term exposure, which is chronic. So, and chronic you don't realize, it's a slow process. So in acute, it is immediate. So, it could last from few seconds. You come to know something is wrong, like, you're entering in a room and suddenly you feel, no, I can't breathe here, or something for a few hours, some kind of allergies. So for an example, if you're cleaning windows with ammonia, that smell, you can't take it. Nail polish remover, how it feels in your skin and nails. A spray can of paint, freshly painted home, you feel you can't breathe there. So this is an acute exposure. Chronic could be PCB, which I explained you all. Lead also is ampulled in paints and other cosmetic products, which also causes a long-term effects. Chronic exposure means everyday exposure, and in a long time period means in months and in years. So what could be? It could be your household furniture with varnishes. It can be your cleaning agent products which are being used daily are the sources of chronic exposure and causing long-term effects on your health. So toxins go into our body directly, as I told you all, through inhalation or ingestion or through your contact. It can also go immediately in your environment, like you are washing with the water, that same water going into sewage, going into seawater, coming back into cleaning system processes. But it has gone into in form of plastic, it has gone in form of chemicals, and of course pesticides put on food, water. So it is coming into environment through you to you. So why should I swap my cleaning products? You have to swap because you don't know what chemicals are going into. You just go and please read the labels. You will know. At least in home natural cleaning products, you know what 100% what ingredients are there, what is put in. Okay. 100% natural cleaning products also reduces the toxicity in the environment, and especially when you have certain neurodevelopmental issues in the house or thyroid or any other lifestyle diseases, you will see the difference, not if not immediately, but in few months of time. Stand up against animal cruelty. I'm against totally. I would say, why should animals be tested for my cleaning agents? Okay, so please go for 100% vegan cleaning products. So let us now further ask our EcoKaki how to make our own natural oil cleaning purpose. Over to you, Gauri.
Thank you, Anjali. Thank you very much for making us aware with so much information. I actually had no knowledge that so much chemicals are around me and so much toxins I'm inhaling, me and my family both. So thank you so much for sharing. So let's start our session with EcoKaki, aka Dr. Suman Govil, who is PhD in botany. She retired as a senior advisor from Department of Biotechnology, Government of India. She's very passionate about environment and has supported many R&D projects. She has green fingers and also has co-authored a book on innovative environmental biotechnologies from research to application. And from past several years, she is also making bioenzymes from citrus peels, and she's using it to prepare household cleaning agents. So let us learn from her how to reduce consumption and chemical-laced cleaning agents. But before we hear from EcoKaki, I wanted to ensure that you all will get the recording of this video, and each one of you will be sent on the each one of you will have the video on your email, and we will also do a small recap in the end of the session. So please do not worry about noting down the details, and let's listen and enjoy the session. And we will also have a small question and answer session in the end to answer all your queries. So EcoKaki, we would want to hear from you now.
Thank you. Thank you, Gauri. And it was great to listen to Anjali, a very comprehensive presentation on chemicals in our household cleaning agents, and her plea to, go cruelty-free, which makes a huge impact on me personally. In fact, when I went for SHARAN retreat, when we came back, we started cleaning the kitchen. We removed all the aluminum utensils because it may cause aluminum toxicity. Then we also brought all organic fruits and vegetables and groceries, and started, also trying to reduce the carbon footprint, as well as trying to reduce chemicals by, opting for eco-friendly solutions like Bioenzymes is one of them. And I'm sure, all of us read news and see the news in TV when we saw Bellandur Lake, spewing froth and foam up to the height of 10 meters, and even fires setting it. So why is it happening? Have we ever wondered what is it due to? It is actually due to cumulative effect of household cleaning agents and untreated sewage and industrial effluent, which is discharged into our water bodies. So we are not only harming our health, but we are also harming our water, our soil, and our Mother Earth. And of course, the other co-inhabitants, which are animals and other species. So what can we do? I mean, this question often crops. In fact, another thing I want to share with you is when in Department of Biotechnology, we sponsored a project to Indian Council for Medical Research, which was studying, whether there are any toxic chemicals like pesticides in breast milk. At least I thought that, breast milk is the purest form of nutrition which we give to our children. And it is supposed to have colostrum, and it is also supposed to have all the immunoglobulins and antibodies, which will give our kids the immunity to fight against the diseases till their system develops. So when we did this study, Dr. Sri Ramachari was the principal investigator. It came as a rude shock to me that there were pesticides like DDT, DDE, and HCH in breast milk, and in breast milk from women belonging to all socio-economic strata: educated women, poor women, rich women, middle class families. So it didn't spare anybody. And when I started researching for this session, another shock which I got was that, umbilical cord blood samples have more concentration of pesticides and toxic chemicals as compared to maternal blood samples. So it is selectively absorbing and concentrating. So what are we doing to our children? We are not realizing that these chemicals which we are ingesting, like Anjali was telling you, through skin, through food, through air, through respiration, they are all actually there. They are all around us. They are in the ecosystem. They are in our water. They are in our soil. So what can we do? Normally the question is, what can I do? The manufacturer should do something. They should give me safe options, or the government should do something. I am a poor person. I am just buying these chemicals, paying my hard-earned money, and the manufacturer should do something to treat the waste and not leave to the individuals. But I think it is high time that we realize our responsibility as a customer, as a consumer, and try to do our bit, and never undermine the responsibility and what miracles an individual can do. All of us have read about Padma Shri Jadhav Payang, who raised hectares of forests single-handedly. I think he planted millions of trees and created a forest in Guwahati region. And there's another example from Telangana also. And there are any number of such examples. So let us try to see what we can do as individuals and, help ourselves, our families, and our future generations, as well as our Mother Earth. I mean, we are very sure that we only have one Mother Earth. We have only planet A. There is no planet B. So let's try to do our bit so that our future generations will bless us. So today we will be, talking about, like Gauri told you, about bioenzymes, which is a magical, versatile, very dynamic solution which can be prepared easily with very minimum cost and with very little effort. And I will tell you, how to minimize that effort also so that you can do it very easily. So over to you, Gauri.
Thank you, EcoKaki, for sharing all the information you had, And so, to start off the session, I would like to know what actually are bioenzymes.
Yeah. See, bioenzymes are, like I told you, are very versatile and dynamic cleaning agents, and they can be easily prepared at home. We just need 5 ingredients, in fact. In fact, 3, but 2 are, one is bottle and one is yeast, which is optional. So I will be coming to that. And we can actually practically take care of all our needs. Like, all of us, I have tried to procure some of these cleaning agents, which Anjali also showed in her slides. Like we have this appliance cleaner, then we have this detergent for our clothes, then we have this toilet cleaner, and of course, we have this floor cleaner, and we have this detergent for our utensils or dishwasher. So how can we replace some of this? That is what we are going to learn. So
Okay, but so as you already shared, there are different types of cleaners which we'll be making. So so these are the different uses of bioenzymes which we'll be able to create.
Yes, bioenzyme in fact has, virtually you can replace all your cleaners. In fact, they say even it can be used as hair wash, as pet wash, as car wash, as toilet cleaner, sink cleaner, your chimney, gas burners. Practically everything, floor cleaner. There is nothing which the bioenzyme cannot do. And I'm sure those of you who are from science background would know what are enzymes. So enzymes are basically, catalysts, which either help in initiating an action or, they increase the speed. And they themselves are not unaffected. They are not affected. So they remain unaffected. And in this, what we are doing basically, we will be doing a fermentation action, which all of us are familiar with. We all make our idli dosa batters at home. But this one is anaerobic fermentation, which is in the absence of air. So we will be simply taking three main ingredients. One is citrus peels. In fact, you can take pineapple peels also. You can also take other vegetable or fruit peels. Why we opt for citrus peels is because of the smell, it's fragrance, because we are not going to add any fragrance. Like Anjali was saying that, these substances which are phthalates, which are used for you adding fragrance to our chemicals, for our cleaning agents, have neurotoxic effects, and they also have, behave like endocrine disruptors. So they disrupt our hormonal cycle. So, we get thyroid problems, PCOD, and men are in fact getting this sperm motility. In fact, 30 years ago, I never saw so many cases of infertility, and I never came across a infertility clinic. Now, in 1 kilometer radius of my place where I live in Alaknanda, there are at least 3 or 4 infertility agents, and rising cases of also like, cancer and PCOD, diabetes. And so all this is primarily due to the chemicals in our life. So we will try to substitute by taking 3 substances which are available in every household. First is peels of citrus, which can be lemon, which can be orange, which can be moshmi, malta, narangi, kinnu.
Yeah.
And you can take pineapple peels also. That also gives you good odor. Another ingredient which you need is jaggery, good. Or you can also take molasses. And third ingredient is water. And of course, you need a plastic bottle. We have been condemning the plastics, but for this, we need a plastic bottle, and we need a plastic bottle with a wide mouth so that we can easily put our ingredients. And please never fill your ingredients till the brim. So always leave at least 1/4 vacant. So fill only up to 3/4. And, assess your requirement, your family's requirement. Suppose I need, say, 10 liters of bioenzyme for my annual requirement for all my cleaning purposes. So you can, either accumulate peels or go and take from the juice shop. And then you can make in one batch. Why I'm giving you these tips is because, if you want to, like I have eaten 5 oranges, so I am making one batch of 1 liter. Then next 2 days, I again have to make another batch. So people don't have that kind of time. So you can do it at one go. So get the peels and then, make it in big drum of 20 liters. And you are taken care of for the annual requirement of all your cleaning agents. So what is the ratio of these ingredients is next important question. So you need 1 part jaggery, 3 parts citrus peels, and 10 parts water.
10 parts water. Okay.
So 1:3:10. So if you have taken 100 grams jaggery, please take 300 grams citrus peels and take 1 liter of water. And multiply accordingly. If you are making 10 liters, then you can take 1 kg jaggery, then 3 kg citrus peels, and 10 kgs of water. And how much time will it take? The next question, which must be cropping in your mind, is how much time will it take? it will actually take 90 days, months to make it, if you just use these 3 ingredients. But there are ways to expedite this process. If you add few granules of yeast, you can reduce this time to 1 month from 3 months.
Okay.
So instead of 90 days, you will be taking 30 days.
Okay.
And if you don't have yeast, don't worry. If you have been making this, bioenzyme, like, you make curd in your home, so you put a little inoculum from your previous batch, 1 spoon of curd to make it. Same way, you can use the citrus peels from your previous batch. And then you can reduce the time from 90 days to 45 days. So I hope I have made myself clear that if you don't use anything, 90 days.
Yeah.
If you use yeast, 30 days. And if you use peels from previous batch, 45 days. And we will again revise 1:3:10. And please only use plastic bottle. Never use glass bottle, never use a metal bottle. Why I am going to tell you. See, plastic bottle can expand, because when we are going to have fermentation, there will be gas generation, there will be carbon dioxide forming. So there will be expansion. And another thing which we need to do is we need to open this bottle once every day. Initially for a fortnight, then you can open it once in 2-3 days, because you will realize, that gas accumulation will reduce. So why we are not going to take a glass bottle is glass can not expand and it will explode. And why we should not take a metal container is that it will corrode, because ultimately, we are actually doing anaerobic fermentation, and what is being formed is an acid. So the pH of this is going to be around 2.5 to 3.2. In fact, I don't have a pH paper or pH meter at home, otherwise I would have shown you, but the literature tells you this. So we cannot do it in metal also. And this opening of the bottle is very crucial. And another tip I would like to share with you is, that you can keep the bottle somewhere which is shaded place. It should not be exposed to sunlight. And you can, either if you are working in kitchen, you can keep it under the, your, where you wash your utensils. And otherwise, what I am doing is I am keeping it on my washing machine. My washing machine is in a covered area. So when I go to put my clothes in the washing machine every day after taking bath, I just open it once. It's done. You are sorted. So there is not much work you have to do. And you also realize the benefits and also realize the economics. See, 1 kg jaggery comes for 40 rupees. So in 1 kg jaggery, you can make 10 liters of bioenzyme. And you are sorted for your annual requirement. I will also tell you gradually, as we proceed, how to make different cleaning agents. So first now, let me switch on my other top view camera. And
yes, so I was about to ask you that, we are very excited that you've given so much information about enzymes. So can you please tell us how do we prepare the bioenzymes now?
So now I am going to weigh the citrus peels. So I have put my balance to 0. Can you see?
Yeah.
So I'm going to weigh now 300 grams.
These are orange peels, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have weighed 300 grams. I am going to put it, because my bottle is wide mouth, so I am going to put it in the bottle.
Okay.
If you want, you can chop them fine, but I have just kept them as it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the quality of bioenzyme which you are making. And if you do not have a scale, there is another provision for that, you can put it in a katori or any cup, measuring cup. So you measure 1 measurement of jaggery, then 3 measurement of citrus peels, and 10 measurements of water with the bowl. So then I am going to weigh the balance, the jaggery.
How much jaggery have you put?
100 grams. So then I have put 100 grams of jaggery.
And these can be bought from any shop, right? The
Any grocery shop, and even online you can buy.
Okay.
And now I am going to put 1 liter of water. So 1:3:10 is the ratio. I'm just reminding you all.
And water is mineral water or tap water?
It is actually the Eureka Forbes purifier water.
Okay, the
And
RO water.
Then because I want to expedite this, I am going to put I have taken a small spoon and I have taken this dry yeast. So I am going to put this in my batch. So you don't need to dissolve or heat, it will dissolve on its own. So just leave it. After some time, the jaggery will dissolve and the peels will start, settling, and the gas will start forming. In fact, I have also made some of the previous batches to just show you, because you may be thinking that how will I know whether the bioenzyme is ready? So these are the normal questions which crop to one's mind. So when your bioenzyme will be ready, all the peels will sink to the bottom and the clear liquid will come on the top. And the color of the bioenzyme will differ depending on the peels you have used. If you are using lemon peels, it will be light yellow. If you are using orange peels, it will be a little darker. So depending on the peels. And once you leave them, like this one batch of bioenzyme I prepared last year, so I'm still consuming, it keeps becoming dark. What some people also do, that they decant after pouring it in the bottle, because they feel that the clear liquid on top and there is a sedimentation in the bottom, which can be used for tough cleaning, like toilet cleaning or grime and grease on your kitchen tiles, and where there is a lot of oil consumption is there. So that is one possibility, but I think keep it simple and sweet. So I follow the KISS principle, so I don't do that. So this I am going to show you. This batch is now ready, so I will show you how to strain it.
So I wanted to ensure everyone that the recording of this video will be sent to each one of you. And we will also do a small recap in the end of the session. So please do not worry.
I have this simple strainer, which all of us have in our kitchen. So I'm going to strain this in a plastic container because it's a acidic pH. So I don't want to use any metal or glass. Glass may still be okay now because there is no problem of explosion. But preferably, all of us, I'm trying to be plastic free, but haven't managed to be yet. So it's a slow process, buy and buy. But what is already there, at least try to reuse. Don't buy further, but what is available, no harm in using that. So I hope you can all see that this is the clear solution, which is bioenzyme.
Yeah.
And now you can fill it in any plastic bottle.
This is how we can even reuse our plastic.
Can you bring it closer to the camera?
Okay.
Not able to see.
Can you see?
Yeah. Can you keep it on the top of where the plastic bottles are kept? Where the Kinley bottle is kept, can you keep it there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you can pour it in a plastic bottle, used plastic bottle. So we learned, these 5R principle last session. So you can reuse your existing bottles and fill them. And then you are, made your bioenzyme. So now maybe we will learn how to make different cleaning agents from this bioenzyme. Let me also tell you that what is this bioenzyme? Actually, how is it formed? Some little bit of science behind it. So we have added yeast. We have added also the carbohydrate source, which is sugar, which is jaggery. And of course, we have water. So the yeast, and there will be some microbes like bacillus. So they will be acting on the sugar, and they will be making different enzymes. So 4 major categories of enzymes are actually produced in the process, which is first is lipase. Lipase enzyme acts on fats, any fat and grease. Then we have cellulase, which acts on cellulose, which acts on our fabric, and it acts as a softener of fabric. Then we have protease. Protease enzyme will act on proteins. And then we have amylase. Amylase enzyme will act on starches. So basically, it will take care of all the major, components. And how this is also very environment friendly is that, these are not pathogenic organisms. Bacillus is a non-pathogenic organism. So if I'm putting in my toilet cleaner or using as a dishwasher or as a laundry agent, ultimately it's going into the water stream. So in fact, these non-pathogenic organisms will be replacing the pathogenic organisms. And by competition, and these organisms grow very fast. So in 20 minutes, their cycle doubles. So that way, if in fact they are supposed to be very good as water cleaning agents also. If your lakes are not doing well, it's a remediation agent. So if you put 1 liter, you can remediate up to 1,000 liters of water. So that's the kind of statistics which is available. So now we have made bioenzyme. So tell me, Gauri, what is the next question which is popping in your mind?
I was thinking that when you strain the bioenzyme, now what do we do with the leftover orange peels or the lemon peels or the pineapple peels?
Yes, very, very good question. In fact, what you can do is one option is that you can send it to your compost bin or compost pit. If you don't have one, just put it in 1 bucket of water. It will dilute, because as I told you that it is acidic in nature. So let's not put it directly in our plants. So you can put it in a bucket of water and then put water along with the peels in your pots or if you have land. You can put in your plants. In fact, bioenzyme is a very good source of fertilizer and pesticides. Of course, plants also need different macro and micronutrients like us. So just bioenzyme alone by itself may not be enough, but we can give like cow dung or other compost and vermicompost. So a combination of this to take care of all the nutrient requirements of our plants. So that's how, and of course you can use some of the peels for your next batch.
Yeah, as a starter.
So that, you don't take 3 months, you don't have to wait. So it can be done in 45 minutes. So that is another thing.
Yeah. So you already shared, how much time is needed, but can you just revise that how much time is needed to prepare a bioenzyme?
Yeah. See, you will take 90 days, which is 3 months, if you don't use yeast or peels from previous batch.
Okay.
You will take 30 days if you use yeast. You will take 45 days, which is 1.5 months, if you use peels from previous batch. But the quality of bioenzyme is going to be the same. Okay. So it's, in fact, sometimes people worry that there is a whitish layer on my bottle. That is yeast dead cells, and that is not a mold. And in any case, even if you have some white layer, you are going to strain it out. And if you try to clean with the clear liquid, it will still do all the cleaning. So there's hardly anything you can go wrong with while doing bioenzyme.
Okay. And how do you know that now the bioenzyme is actually ready? Like after,
Like
like,
I told you, that the peels will sink to the bottom.
okay.
And another thing which you must do is put a date on the bottle. I forgot to tell you. So I have put a date on my bottles so that
Okay.
you know when, 3 months are over or 1 month is over,
Yeah.
depending on how you are preparing.
Okay.
So your peels have settled to the bottom and the clear liquid you can see on the top.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
if you see the other bottle which I just made, you will be able to see the difference.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is ready.
Yes, so
On
this
your,
one is ready because
yeah.
I made different batches to show to the audience. That's why.
Okay. Okay. And you also mentioned this word called anaerobic fermentation.
Yeah, I
I,
said anaerobic fermentation is fermentation we are all familiar with,
yeah.
like we do idli dosa batter.
Yeah.
Anaerobic fermentation is in the absence of air because we are doing it in a
Closed bottle.
screw capped bottle.
Yeah.
So there is no scope for air. Only the gases we want to release. So we are opening it once every day initially for 2 weeks. After that, 2-3 days, if you do once, it's enough.
So when we open and then when do we close it?
Just,
After.
just open, let the gases escape and close.
Okay. And what can be the shelf life of these bioenzymes? And do we need to put them in?
Always put the date. Yeah, shelf life. In fact, this has no expiry date.
Oh,
It's a biological product. In
okay.
fact, what is the beauty of this product is that you can use it till it lasts. Only thing is, it's not like date nut laddus that it won't last. So you have to evaluate your family's requirement and make accordingly. But I have been using it from last year's batch still. This year's batch I have not started using, and I'm also giving to my mother. And
Okay.
anybody who needs, I'm willing to
Yeah.
give to, just to motivate and inspire people to start using it. Another thing which is very useful about this is that, see, this has bacillus spores in it.
Okay.
And whenever it will come in contact with the grease or grime, whenever I'm putting in my toilet or in my floor cleaner liquid, it is going to start doubling. So you need to actually leave it for some time. When you
Okay.
are applying it on your kitchen tiles or
Yeah.
when you are putting it in your toilet commode, leave it for 20 minutes because 20 minutes is their doubling time. And what is the beauty is that these are so small in size that they can virtually enter any corners and crevices and will do a fantastic job. And when you will flush after cleaning, it will go into the water bodies and it will still be working.
Okay.
It will still be working, unlike the chemical cleaners, which will be destroying all the beneficial and the non-beneficial microorganisms.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a very good, in fact, drain cleaner also. If your drains have clogged, for that you don't need to dilute, just put it directly. Because it's an acidic in nature, if you're using for your household purposes like detergent for your utensils or in your laundry, in your washing machine, or in your floor cleaner or for your appliance cleaner, you need to dilute. So we will be coming to that.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, the next question would, I'm having in my mind is that how do we prepare, the household cleaning agents like dishwash, machine wash, floor cleaners, and surface cleaners, toilet cleaners, and fertilizers and pesticide also.
So toilet cleaner and
Yeah.
your sink and wash basin and tiles, you can use it directly. Only thing is you need to make sure that you leave it for some time so that the bacillus is able to multiply and do its job.
Okay.
What I do is I put it on one bathroom in tile. I apply it on tiles in one bathroom, then go to the next bathroom, apply it. In the meantime, I've already spent 20 minutes, come back to the first bathroom, wipe it with water, and you are done.
Yeah.
So that is a nice tip, not to waste time and judiciously utilize your time, because time is very crucial, and especially with working women, it's a major issue.
Yeah. Yes.
So that is how you can do. And if, like you said, fertilizer and pesticide, You have to dilute 1:50. So if you are taking 1 liter of this, 50 liter of water, and you can apply it in your pots or in your crops. But if you want to do it spray on your leaves, foliar spray, then you need to dilute 1:100.
Okay. Okay.
And if you are wanting to do in your laundry, in your washing machine, what you can do is, see, these agents, unlike chemical cleaning agents, won't be forming any leather or
Yeah.
foam.
Yeah.
So what we can do is we will take some natural saponification agents, which is our
Soap nuts.
Rita,
Soap nuts. Satrita.
yes, which is our soap nuts, Rita.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can put, say, 10 Rita in a whole socks. You don't even need to remove the seeds. You can just put them like this.
Okay.
And tie it with a rubber or with a thread and put it in the drum along with your dirty clothes, soiled clothes. And in the dispenser where you normally put your detergent, put 20 ml of this. 20 ml would be, you don't need to be very accurate. You can just put 2-3 caps full.
Yeah.
That would be around 20 ml. And it is good enough for 5 kgs of load. And these soap nuts can be good for 2 or 3 washes, depending on, like we are adults, we don't have kids. So if you have using white clothes or very dirty clothes, then maybe, you need to replace.
Yeah.
What I do is, after every third wash, I add some more soap nuts in the same socks. And after 10-12 washes, you can replace.
Okay. Okay.
So, this soap nuts I got 40 rupees, 1/4 kg, 250 grams, and 40 gram jaggery. So in 80 rupees, I am at least sorted out for 6 months of even my laundry detergent requirement, for my dishwash requirement, for my, all the floor cleaner requirement. For your floor cleaner, what you can do is put 2 cups in 10 to 12 liters of water.
Okay.
Instead of your Lysol or Phenyl or whatever brands you might be using. I'm not promoting any brand, just sharing some brands which come to my mind. And if you want to do a appliance cleaner, like, fridge or TV, so dilute it. I mean, put 20 ml in 200 ml. Those numbers we will be sharing with you in the recap slides also. And for your car wash also, you can use it. People use it as a pet wash, but I have no experience. I have not used. But you need to dilute, because the skin and hair, the animal should not develop any allergy. So you really need to put only 40 ml in 4 liters. So 1:10 ratio for pet wash.
Okay.
But it is supposed to give you very good results.
Okay.
So I think we have Amita Desai already.
Yeah.
She has joined with us. So would you like to take a testimonial first before we go further?
Yes, please. Amita Desai. I learned about her that she's not bought detergent since last, I think, 1 year now. So very excited to hear from you, Amita ji.
Yeah, she's there. Unko please spotlight her.
Hai Amita ji.
Anji, thank you. Thank you for having me here. Dr. Govil, I've been hearing about, namaste, I've been hearing about and learning while I'm using the bioenzymes, but there are so many other things that I have learned while I was listening to you and I logged in. But yes, I learned about this about a year ago, last April or so. I run a cultural institution, so we had somebody coming in, and similar to what you're doing now, what SHARAN is doing, I had a series of such sessions. And since I was presenting it, I said, I must start and I must use it myself. And I can't tell you how easy it is to make it. It is a simple mental state that I have to have my jaggery, I have to have maybe 15-20 minutes time, and I have to have my peels in place. And the way I do it is, it must have come, I unfortunately logged in a little late, is that I freeze these peels. because while I do produce a whole lot of them, I don't have space in my fridge. There is other food. I'm a vegan completely, so I have a whole lot of vegetables and salads and fruit. So I freeze these, and whenever I have the time, I take them out and use them and make my enzymes. And as you said, I use exactly the same proportions. What I do is that, yes, we are recycling plastic bottles. So I'm using, 5 liter. I don't use oil, but some family members do. So there is 1 or 2 old bottles, oil bottles, jars, or even sanitizer bottles when we used to have to buy them. They all have very small mouth. And I saw that Dr. Govil showed a huge big one, which is easier. So what I do is, for fun, it's great therapy as well. I just chop them up finely. So I do my composting, and I've learned that if you chop them up finely, then it decomposes faster. So this is fun. I just chop them up small, so that once they become soaked in water, it is very difficult to outpour the peels, because they kind of become larger. So when you do it smaller, it happens without a problem. These bottles would swell up every day in the initial stage. So I learned, as you rightly said, to reduce my volume. And I would open them up every day, and it would come out with a pop. So I knew the activity was happening. It's a great feeling, and I must add this to all the listeners. It is an incredibly satisfying activity to know that you have used your peels, which is going to come in handy in this manner, and you are recycling more effectively. So while it goes into the compost, it still goes into the compost, but it does after creating the bioenzymes. And I have not bought since about May, June, so I must have had some. I started by making bioenzymes in about April, I think, maybe May. And I did have some of these chemicals with me, which I utilized, and I did not buy any after that. And as Dr. Govil says, if there is say on the bathroom floor, there is water marks, I just let this work and go back with a brush, and it cleans I mean, the sparkling is so much cleaner, and you smell while you leave it on your bathroom tiles or kitchen tiles. The fragrance of citrus fruit is so pleasing that you don't feel like you're doing the cleaning. Really, it is very pleasant. Yeah, I must say that it is so doable. I do it every 5-6 weeks. The first time round, I put the yeast. I learned now from Dr. Govil that I can use the peels, like making the dahi thing. I'm going to do that again, and use those. I wait till the peels kind of settle down, and then I know it's done. And I use it. Initially I used to be in a rush to want to get more bioenzyme. Now, as you say, I have so much of it left, that I use it, and I use it copiously. When I use chemicals, I feel very bad that I'm adding to the dirt and the chemicals and the destruction. Now, if I have to use a little more of the spray, and I put them in the spray bottles. I happen to have a couple of these spray bottles around. So I use that as a spray. It's so much easier on my glass, or on my gas stove, or on the lid of the commode, or whatever it is. I just spray it, and it works fabulously in every which way.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, Amita ji, for sparing your valuable time. And
No.
I'm sure, you're saying it will have a different impact on the audience. And what you said rightly was that, shift in mindset. If I
Yeah.
want to continue to do what I was doing earlier, then I cannot get different results. So if I want different results, obviously I have to, start doing something new.
Yeah.
And this is like not rocket science. It is very easy to do, and it doesn't need so much time. And if you don't want to prepare so many batches, people can always get peels from juice shop or accumulate theirs in the fridge or in the freezer, depending on the availability of space. Like for us also, we are whole food plant based, so we can't store beyond the limit. But I keep making different batches. Like I have some bottles in different sizes, 1 liters, 2 liters, 5 liters. So I'm just reusing them, not creating any new waste. So just recycling the existing. And like you said, sorted for all the cleaning requirements. And it smells so good. It smells of fermented food, actually, fermented fruit. In fact, that's why people also call it by name as TerraZyme or EcoZyme or fruit enzyme or garbage enzyme. So, if you are searching in Google, you can give any of these names and you can get more information. Ample number of videos and literature available on this, and super easy to do. And you have now somebody who's done it for herself,
Close to
and
a
you
year
feel
now.
so good. You feel
Yeah.
so good that you have contributed your bit.
No, I think that's the biggest takeaway. Of course, all the other functional takeaway is undeniably superior to using chemicals, but the feeling that you have not harmed your environment is an incredibly empowering feeling.
Yes.
I think that's a very important thing. I feel very good about it.
Thank you.
For
Thank
having
you
me.
for
Thank
coming.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gauri.
Thank you.
So
Thanks.
now the next thing which I didn't show you yet is how to make a detergent for your kitchen utensils.
Mhm.
So what I have done, I have soaked the soap nuts in EcoEnzyme solution and water. 1:1.
Okay.
So if I have taken 2 cups of bioenzyme, 2 cups of water, and 10-12 soap nuts.
Okay.
And I have soaked it for 1 week. Now it is ready. If you don't want to leave it for 1 week, you want instant your detergent requirement, you can boil the soap nuts in water, strain them out, and mix with equal amount of water in which you boiled your soap nuts, and mix the EcoEnzyme and the soap nut water, and you are sorted for your detergent requirement for your kitchen, for your utensils.
Okay.
So I can just strain it now. But if you don't have that kind of time, don't worry. I mean, you can boil them soap nuts in water.
So we also have a lot of questions coming up.
Okay, no problems. More the merrier, because that shows that we have sparked some interest in the audience.
Yes.
And we will be able to contribute our bit to the environment. So this is and you can see some froth on top because of the saponification, because there are saponins in these rita or soap nuts.
Yeah.
So you can use it, and it is so gentle on your hands. Like we buy different laundry agents also for our gentle clothes. Buy easy or gently. So this is very good on our hands, our skin, as well as on our clothes. So amazing product.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's take some questions, Sumanji.
Yes. Do you want to do recap first or first questions?
Okay, let's do a recap first.
First do the recap and then we can take questions.
Yes. Okay.
So we are showing you some of these slides where we have given all the information. So like I said, Bioenzyme is a magical multi-purpose cleaner. It is like a one-stop solution for all your household cleaning agents. So today we are focusing on household cleaning products, but we will have subsequently sessions on maybe composting and also, like personal care products, like your shampoo, your cleanser, your face mask, face wash, hand wash, body wash, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So just stay tuned with us. So next session also, in fact, we will have on household cleaning agents. Today we have done from Bioenzyme, but next session will be dedicated to some of the non-chemical samples which are available in our homes. Like, all of us have camphor, all of us have neem plants growing close to us.
Yeah.
All of us have baking soda and vinegar in our home. So we will be telling you how to prepare some of these household cleaning agents, other than if you are not able to prepare bioenzyme. And if you are not able to prepare, don't worry. It is available online also.
Okay.
Through Amazon, and there are several other firms which Rachna will be sharing in the chat box. Only my problem is that it is super easy to make, and it's so economically viable and so easy to make. There is not rocket science involved in this. And when you buy, at least there will be packaging, there will be transportation costs. So why do you want to also increase your carbon footprint? And we are able to do ourselves, like Amitaji was saying, it is super satisfying that I am able to contribute to my mother nature also. And it doesn't require, just opening a bottle once and putting these peels and jaggery and water in a bottle, maybe taking 10 minutes at the most. So if you are making one batch for your entire year's needs, it's not much of time. So please do spend that kind of time. So now we are revising these, ratios, which are very crucial. 1:3:10. So 100 grams jaggery, 300 grams peels, and 1 liter of water. And multiply by same if you are making more. And if you want to use yeast, and of course, what is very crucial is plastic bottle with a screw cap and wide mouth and a tight lid, airtight lid.
Yeah.
And store in a dry and not exposed to sunlight. So shaded place. And it's going to take 30 days if you're putting yeast. If you're not putting yeast, you will take 90 days for your first batch. And for your subsequent batches, you can reduce the time by half by using peels from your previous batch. The same way like you do for your curd. So you can do that.
Okay.
And of course, we have already discussed these ratios, that these need to be diluted because this is acidic in nature. Unless we are dealing with stubborn kind of, fat and grease and grime, which may be on kitchen tiles or on toilet seats or toilets. Otherwise, you need to dilute for most of your cleaning needs. So for floor cleaner, put around 10 ml in 10 to 12 liters of water in a bucket and use it for your pocha. For mosquito repellent or room freshener, you can mix 15 ml in 500 ml of water. 500 ml is half liter of water. If you like to use some essential oil like, lavender or jasmine or mogra in your room freshener, or you can use it when you are mixing these two, bioenzyme and water, you can also do this. In fact, some people also add some neem leaves while preparing this bioenzymes, because it will give insecticidal and pesticidal properties, additional properties also. Or you can put some of these lemongrass leaves. So, that is a possibility. And if you are buying vegetables and fruits from regular vendors, you are not buying organic vegetables. We are buying organic vegetables, so we are washing with drinking water. But if you are buying fruit and veggie wash from market, so instead of doing that, you can, make your own fruit and veggie wash. Just put 10 ml in 100 ml of water and leave your veggies for about 20 minutes, and then wash it in running water and store in your fridge, in your mesh bags. And if you are doing it for cleaning your toilet or cleaning your sink or cleaning your bathtub, then you can perhaps use it as it is. You don't need to dilute. And leave it for 20 minutes. Leave it for 20 minutes for, the bacillus to multiply and develop, so that, you will get better results. And of course, if you want to clean up your appliances, or, like your window panes or your refrigerator, then you need to dilute it 1:10 ratio. And then, you can take it on any sponge or any scrub, whatever you have, or any old cloth or soaps, and then wipe it clean after that.
We all can take a screenshot of, these slides so that we can get the information with us.
Yes, good idea. Thank you, Gauri, for that suggestion. And if you want to wash your car with it, then you can put 30 ml in 100 ml water. And depending on the size of the car and how dirty it is, you can make more or less. And dishwash, I already told you that you can take 2 cups of bioenzyme and soak about 10 to 12 to 15 soap nuts in 2 cups of water and bioenzyme. Soak it, leave it for 1 week, and then you can mash with hands, sieve, and it is ready to use. It may not form that kind of lather or foam as the chemical laced detergents which you get from market like Vim or Prill, but believe me, it will do the same purpose much better. In fact, if you want to clean your copper vessels or your brass vessels, you will get a different kind of shine. Even as a silver cleaner, it is amazing. And if you want to use it in your washing machine or even with hand, for a washing machine of 5 kg size, load size, you can put 10 soap nuts in an old sock and put it in the drum with the clothes and put about 20 ml bioenzyme in your soap dispenser.
Okay.
And you are sorted, and you can increase or decrease the quantity, and soap nuts will be good for 2 or 3 loads, and then you can add more. And like we already said, that it can be used as a fertilizer as well as a pesticide. So if you are putting in the pot or on the soil, put it in a ratio of 1:50. So 1 liter bioenzyme in 50 liters of water, and that will be good enough for maybe 300 pots. And if you want to spray on your foliage, on your leaves as a foliar spray, because leaves are delicate, so you need to dilute it 1:100. So 1 liter in 100 liters. So that's the kind of ratio.
Okay.
And of course, like Gauri also said in the beginning, and I also tried to touch on the subject that, we are trying to refuse and reduce and replace. So we are making a plea to all of you to say no to chemical laced household cleaning agents. And we are giving you an alternative. It's not that we are just making this plea. And Anjali also made a plea that, cruelty free, because these chemicals are also tested on animals, and I'm told they test on the eyes of rabbits, which is such a delicate organ. So let us not be part of this cruelty, so we can make cruelty free. And it is so good for us, for our environment, for our water, soil, air, and Mother Earth also. So it's like a win-win situation, it's good for everybody.
Yeah. So maybe we
Please
could
substitute, and if you can't make, please buy, even though they may be cost in transportation and packaging. And there are some eco-friendly packaging options available with Amazon, so you can maybe explore that. And at least have it. Is better than not doing it. If you cannot do it, just don't leave it. I mean, just buy it and use it. Even then, you are doing a good cause.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for recapping the whole session. So now we have a lot of questions. So starting from the first question.
So let me switch off my top view camera.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jaydeep ji is asking, can 2 different batches of bioenzymes be strained and sorted in the same jar?
See, if you are making on the same date, yes. And if it is ready, you can put. But if normally what I have done is one batch I have put like 1 liter, I have put in 1 liter bottle. If I have a smaller batch, I have put in 500 liter bottle, 500 ml bottle. If I have a bigger batch, then I have put in a 2 liter bottle. So instead of mixing up, better to use separate bottles. And
okay. Now, Priyanka ji is asked, do we need to stir the bioenzyme too, or just opening the jar is enough? What is the
Opening
measurement
the
which we
opening the
have?
jar is enough. Opening the jar once every day, initially for a fortnight, and
Okay.
after that, once every 2-3 days is enough. You will yourself realize, that the uh, amount of gases which are produced, like Amita ji was saying, that you hear a bump kind of,
Yeah, yeah.
so that will be less and less with time.
Okay, okay. Lolita ji is asking, can we use our hands while using the bioenzyme?
See, because it's acidic in pH, so if you are very, sensitive, you may feel a little, tingy, tangy kind of. When you are using Harpic or other chemical laced agents, you are not using your hand. So you
Yeah,
are just putting in the commode and then doing it with a brush.
yeah,
So when we are using it for washing our utensils, we have diluted it. So
yeah,
if your sensitive skin is sensitive, although it doesn't do any harm, only thing is like if you soak your hands in water for a long time, you get your skin a bit what should I say? I'm not getting the proper word.
Soggy
So
maybe.
yeah, so little soggy. So that kind of feeling you may get. So you can use a glove if you like.
okay, okay,
You
okay.
can
And
use.
okay, and Ash is
Or
asking,
use any polythene, polythene bag, haath pe chadha le. I mean, you can put a polythene bag on your hand because I believe in, using resources which are available to me rather than, going and
yeah,
buying things.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so
okay, okay. And Ash is asking how to use this as a shampoo. You mentioned, no, that we can use it as a shampoo.
we will be doing personal care products in a subsequent session. So stay tuned for that. So today we are devoting and dedicating to household cleaning agents because they also, are substantial in use and
Okay,
cause great damage to our environment and to us. I mean, Anjali
okay,
kept saying, neurotoxic, developmental defects, increase in autism and other attention deficit in children, which we have never seen earlier. I mean, 30, 40 years ago, we didn't see so much, like I was saying, infertility. So these things have come suddenly because maybe of affluence and because maybe our lifestyle has changed. We have less and less time because women started working
yeah,
and we have more money. So we find it convenient to buy products rather than doing it. I
yeah,
think our my mother and my grandmother lived a more environmentally sustainable lifestyle. So we need to basically, connect to our roots and try doing those things again.
hmm. Okay. So Zenia ji has asked three questions.
I
First,
think, Gauri, we can say that since we've overshot the time, that people who would like to listen to this session and get their questions answered can stay back. Otherwise, they are welcome to go if they like.
yeah, so we overshot time and really sorry for that. But because we have so many questions and we want to answer them, so you are welcome to stay with us as long as we can. We are here to answer your questions. Okay. So Zenia ji asked, is it okay if the peels dry out and as we collect the required amount?
You keep them in fridge; they won't dry. Keep them in fridge in mesh bags or keep them in refrigerator. Freezer, like Amita ji was saying. I keep them in fridge, uh, vegetable and fruit basket in a mesh bag. They don't dry.
Yeah. Okay. And can we mix orange, lemon, and pineapple peels in one batch?
Yes, you can.
Okay. And do we need to use peels of organic fruit and also organic jaggery, or can it be done with the
See,
normal?
it's always better
Hmm.
because when you are using organic orange, you know that the fertilizers or herbicides or pesticides or weedicides or ripening agents have not been used on that crop. So
Mhm.
your fields are also free of those chemicals. See, our purpose is to make it chemical free. But still, I will say that if you are not having organic fruits and organic peels, still it is better than using a chemical laden product which you are getting from market.
Yeah.
So it will have some residues of these fertilizers, pesticides, and weedicides, but it will not be only that.
Okay.
So better than not doing it at all.
Okay. And Pushpaji is sharing that she did it once, but she found worms in the bottle and she had to discard it. So what is the
I
solution?
mean, the only possibility of getting worm is you didn't have a airtight bottle.
Okay. So I hope Pushpaji, you are
If
hearing.
you didn't have a airtight bottle and you didn't, close your lid properly, then the worms or flies or mosquitoes or maggots of insects might enter. So that's why we are emphasizing on a screw-capped bottle with a tight lid.
Okay. And Nilina ji is asking, can we use banana and apple peels also?
Yes, you can. In fact, except for garlic and onion, I think you can virtually use any vegetable or fruit peels. Only I am again emphasizing that, like this smells so awesome. This smells of fermented, fermented drinks people take. So it has that nice, mild, gentle odor because of citrus peels.
Okay.
So you can use anything. It will make the bioenzyme and you can use it. Only thing is if you want to use it as a room freshener, or then it may not be, having that kind of good smell. So you can add some essential oil at that stage when you are mixing water and bioenzyme. So add some mogra or jasmine or lavender, whichever essential oil you have.
For the smell. Okay, Pushpa ji and Neeraj ji, you had asked that what is the ratio for dishwasher? I think we already shared in our recap slide. So when you get the recording, you can get the proportion.
Dishwash is 1:1. So if you are taking 2 cups of bioenzyme, 2 cups of water and 15 soap nuts, soak them and leave them for 1 week. Then strain the Rita out, strain the soap nuts out, and your detergent is ready. So you can store it in a bottle. And depending on your requirement, you can, instead of 2 cups, you can take 4 cups of bioenzyme and 4 cups of water and, double the amount of soap nuts, which is 30, depending on your requirement.
Okay. Jayashree is asking, can we use also vegetable peels and fruit peels? I also heard that you said that you can use vegetable peel as well. So
You can use vegetable peels and fruit peels.
Okay.
Only thing is, they may not be smelling that good. And never use garlic and onion.
Okay. Okay.
Because they will stink, they smell.
Yeah. Neeraj is saying same chemical can be used for everything.
Yeah, actually, it's chemical, made by a biological reaction.
Yeah.
So you have acetic acid and you have some of these 4 enzymes, majorly. Like I told you, lipase, cellulase, amylase, and protease. These are not synthetic chemicals, and we have not used any chemicals to make them. So we have just used our jaggery and peels and water.
Okay.
Natural, natural product.
Okay. Okay. Pushpaji is also sharing that she started getting cuts in her fingers. Why?
If you have very sensitive skins, I said that, it is acidic in nature. So if you're using without diluting, that is why I'm emphasizing only as a toilet cleaner or chimney or tiles cleaner, you can use it directly, but not with your hands. You never use Harpic or acid with your hands.
Yeah.
You use, put it with the bottle and then spread it with a brush or a scrub or a cloth, whatever. Please don't do it with hands.
Yeah. Okay. And Asha ji is asking, can we use this on marble floors also?
Yes, some people say that white marble, it might decolor, but in my house, I have white marble. Of course, the quality is not very good. We didn't know at that time how to choose marble, but it hasn't affected for last 2 years almost we are using. So I'm using on my kitchen also granite, floor as well as the kitchen shelves. So nothing has happened. Even in fact, toilet seats also, no decoloration, nothing, because we have green and blue. So I didn't face any such problems.
Okay. Okay. And Jayashree is also asking, is it only required to that we use peels, or can we also use any fruit which is rotten?
I would not use rotten fruits because then there might be some mold infestation already, some fungal or some bacterial or viral infestation. So I mean that is better not to use any infested fruits. But if you just want to use fruit, but then it will add to the cost.
Okay. Abhaji is asking, if we use plastic bottles, are we not leaching plastic into the enzyme?
See, in any case, what you are getting from the market is also stored in plastic bottles. So here I am only using what is already available to me. I am only reusing and recycling that plastic, not generating any new. I know that this is going to remain there for 450, 500 years in the. So at least we are trying to reduce the plastic as well as trying to reduce the chemical use.
No, I think what she means is that when we have the enzyme being prepared in the plastic bottle, what if
It might leach? That is what I'm trying to say, that yes, it might leach. Because Anjali also showed you that you have microplastic granules even in your salt.
Yeah.
So only thing is, what you can do is, I will not take sea salt, I will take Himalayan pink salt. Same way here I'm saying that even when I'm buying these chemical cleaners from market, they are also coming in plastics only. So there also that leaching of plastic is common. So at least I am having a eco-friendly and also economically viable solution, and which is not so time consuming also. It's so super easy to make, and people are doing it already.
Yeah.
So if I can do it, you can do it also. That is the objective of this session, that so that everybody starts doing.
Yeah. Parulji is asking, can we add kapoor?
Yes, next session we will be having, making household cleaning agents or products. So there we will tell you how to make a mosquito repellent using kapoor and neem leaves, and also some other products like, baking soda and vinegar. So stay tuned for the next session. I mean, as it is, we've overshot our time schedule. So in one session, it is not possible to do beyond the limit. Then, people will not be able to absorb and digest also.
Yeah. Priyaji is asking, how many neem leaves or lemongrass in this quantity can
See,
we use?
this is just to add some, lemongrass is to add some flavor.
Yeah.
Same way, neem leaves is to give that anti-insecticide, antibacterial, antiviral properties from neem leaves. If you like, that is optional. I have not used, but in literature there are reports. So you want to, further sort of value add to this. That is, instead of adding essential oils, you can do that.
Okay. And Binaji is asking, what can we do in the absence of soap nuts?
No, then you will not get that kind of leather formation, no? Because this has saponins. So we are not using chemical soaps. So at least we need something. So this is a natural, this is produced by a plant. These Rita is produced by a plant.
Okay. Shelby is asking, is the bottle opened only in the first 15 days and not opened after that?
After that, you can open once every 2-3 days. Initially, you need to open it every day because gas production is more. Gradually, it will subside.
Okay. And Induji is asking, as you mentioned about using the old peels into the new batch. So how much peels can we add from the previous batch?
Like you make curd, you put 1 spoon. Same way, you can put 2-3 peels.
Okay. And Jaydeepa is asking, can flowers, aloe vera, and spices be used for making bioenzymes?
I have not seen that actually.
Okay.
Aloe vera is used to make aloe vera gel and other cosmetic personal care products. Also for rooting of certain plants if you're trying, but I haven't come across. So maybe I will do some further research on that and tell you in the next session.
Okay. Jayashri ji is asking, can we add neem powder while making the bioenzyme and filter it when it's ready?
You don't need to filter. I mean, anyway, you are straining it. So, I mean, why actually neem powder you are going to buy? You can add neem leaves if you like. Otherwise, don't do. I mean, not need it. In fact, it will only give it more mosquito repellent properties because it is also good mosquito repellent in neem leaves. So, we are trying to do, I mean, value addition to the bioenzyme, which is as it is a very good product.
Okay. Abhaji is asking, you mentioned molasses instead of jaggery. Can we use from sugarcane?
Yeah, jaggery is also made only from sugarcane, and molasses also made. It is a less kind of refined stage. So whatever you have available, basically it's a sugar source.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So many of the other people have also asked ratio for the detergent and everything. So as I've already mentioned that we'll be sharing the the recap slides and the whole video with you, so you can get your required quantity from the recap sessions.
So we can
So
share the closing session slides maybe, and
yes.
if you like, or if people have logged out, then no need.
So thank you so much all for joining. I thank Dr. Suman for sharing such beautiful insights and like answering all the questions for all of us. And thank you Palak and thank you Rachanji for co-hosting this event with me. And thank you Anjali ji and Amita Desai ji for coming here and sharing the presentation and your testimonial with us. So we have a lot of free events which keep coming on SHARAN. So first is on 18th March, which is Smoothie with SHARAN. And the second is Kickstarting Your Health, which is a free talk by Dr. Nandita on 7th April. And please do join our 21 Days with SHARAN group, where you will be getting all the valuable tips from EcoKaki on Bioenzymes and how to become more sustainable. So if you join us, you'll be able to see everything. And we also have our social media channels, which is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Please do join us to get connected to us. Thank you so much.
So thank you Gauri, thank you Palak, thank you Rachna. Also big thank you to Reena and Dr. Nandita for giving us this opportunity. And thanks to Amita ji, and also thanks to Akash for helping us go YouTube live. So thanks to all of you who worked in front of the camera and behind the camera to help us hold this session. And I hope we've been able to share some valuable information and useful tips with you. And thank you to the audience for tuning in. And please stay tuned in. And we will keep sharing every second Sunday of every month, useful tips and recipes to make these products.
Yes.